Shanti, 13th July 2024, Sakarmuri. Essence, sweet children, the festival of Raksha Bandhan that begins at the confluence age is the festival of making a promise. Now, promise to become pure and enable others to become pure. Question: on what basis can all of your tasks be successful? How will your name be glorified? Answer: together with the power of knowledge, you have the power of yoga. Everyone will then automatically become ready to all the tasks. Yoga is very incognito. This you become the masters of the world. When you explain Wilson yoga, newspaper will automatically print your message. It will be through the newspapers that your name will be glorified. And you will receive the message through them. Today, Baba will explain to you children about Raksha Bandhan because it is coming. You children know to tie Rakhis on others. The festivals that are celebrated now are the things that happened in the past. You children, that you were asked to write a letter as promised 5,000 years ago as well. This has been given many different names. The symbol of purity. You have to tell everyone to have a Rakhi coming pure tied. You also know that the pure gold starts at the beginning of the golden age. Festival of Rakhi begins at this most context. It is later celebrated when the path of begins. This is called an eternal festival. When does that begin? On the path of devotion, because there are no festivals in the golden age. They exist here. All the festivals, etc., take place at the confluence age. They will then start again on the path of devotion. There are no festivals in the golden age. Might ask, will there be Deepmala in the golden age? No, that too is celebrated here. It will not be celebrated there. That which you celebrate here will be celebrated there. All of these festivals are of the Iron Age. People celebrate Raksha. Now, how can they know why Rakhi is celebrated? Go and tie a Rakhi, everyone. You tell them, become pure, because the pure world is being established. It is written on the picture of the Murti. Establishment of the pure world takes place through Brahma. This is why the tying of Rakhis to become pure is celebrated. It is now the time of the path of knowledge. It has been explained to you children that if anyone says anything about the path of devotion, you should explain to them that you are now on the path of knowledge. See, God is the ocean of knowledge. Only He can make the whole world wiseless. When Bharat was wiseless, the whole world was wiseless. By Bharat being made wiseless, the whole world became wiseless. When Bharat was wiseless, the whole world was. Bharat cannot be called a world. Bharat is the one land out of many lands in the world. You children know that there is only the land of Bharat in the new world. There must surely have been many human beings in the land of Bharat. Bharat was the land of truth. At the beginning of the cycle, there was only the that is called the viceless or religious existence 5,000 years ago. This old world is now for a short while longer. How many days does it become viceless? does take time. Here too, you make effort for. This is the greatest festival of all. You have to make a promise. Baba will definitely become pure. This festival should be considered to be the greatest. Everyone calls out, O Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. Even after they say this, the Supreme Father does not hear their intellects. You understand that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, comes to give this knowledge to human souls. Souls have been separated from the Supreme Soul for a long time. This meeting, that is Mela, only takes place at the confluence stage. This meeting, which only takes place once every 5,000 years, is called the Kumbh Mela. We'll have to celebrate many times that Mela of breathing years. That belongs to the path of this is the path of knowledge. A confluence is called a Kumbh, gathering. In fact, there are not rivers. How can there be an incognite river of water? The say it is this Gita of yours that is incognito. Therefore, it is explained to you that you claim your kingdom of the world through the power of yoga. There is no singing or dancing etc. involved in this. The path of devotion lasts for exactly half a cycle, whereas the path of this knowledge lasts for one life. Then, for 2 ages, there is the reward of this knowledge, that is golden age and silver age. But the knowledge itself does not continue. The path of continues throughout the copper and iron ages. Only once do you receive this knowledge, and its reward lasts for 21 births. Your eyes have now opened. Previously, you were in ignorance. Brahmin priests now tie the Rakhis on the festival of Rakhi. You too are Brahmins. They are born through sin, whereas you are born now. There is so much blind faith on the part of they are trapped that quick, just as your feet get trapped in quick. Similarly, human beings become trapped in quicksand of such an extent that they sink into it up to their necks. And only your top knots remain, rather than come once again, catch hold of you in order to rescue you and work very hard to explain. There are millions of people and it takes effort each one. You were defamed by the newspapers that said that you make people renounce their homes and make them into brothers and sisters. That happened at the beginning, spread around so much by the newspapers. Now, I cannot explain to each one. Therefore, will be of later on. Your name will be glorified in the newspaper. Now have to think about how to understand what the real meaning of Raksha Bandhan. The Father has come to purify you. He takes the promise that your children become pure. The one purifier ties a Rakhi, celebrate the birth, so surely have sat on. However, they never show the coronation. Lakshmi Narayan existed at the beginning. Their coronation must have taken. They celebrate the birth prince, but where is the coronation? Coronation takes place at the time of Diwali. There is a great deal of splendor in the golden age. The kings of the confluence age do not care. Here that there will be light in every home. You do not celebrate Diwali there. There the lights of souls ignited. There coronation, not Diwali will be celebrated. Souls cannot return home until their lights are ignited. All souls are now pure, and so have to think about how to make them pure. Children have to think about this. Well, you children have been defamed by the newspapers, and your name will also be glorified by them. They would print good things if you give them a small amount of money. Now, for how long can you keep giving them? Give money is like bribery. It is against the law. Nowadays, nothing happens without bribery. If others give bribes and you also give bribes, there will be no difference between the two. Yours is the aspect of the power of. You should have so much yoga power that you can do anything. Continue to pass this knowledge to. You also have the power of this knowledge. There is this knowledge, these pictures, etc. Guys incognito. In order to claim the unlimited inheritance, you have to consider yourselves to be fools and remember other. Cognito, since that you become anywhere and have remembrance. While sitting here, you are not just having yoga, but deep yoga. This knowledge and yoga are both. We take 7 days. There is no need for anything more. You can then go make others similar to yourselves. Father is the knowledge and the ocean. These are the two main aspects for claiming inheritance from him. It's very subtle. Your children can tool around by all means, but you have to remember the fact. You have to become pure and imbibe divine virtues. Your children should not have any defects within you. Lust too, the great defect. The father says, do not become impure. Even if you consider yourself soul and remember me, your father. Do not see even Will's saying, yeah, remember a father, he is the ocean of knowledge. He is making you similar to himself, and so you also become ocean. Do not become confused about this. Is this soul? He resides in the supreme region, which is why he is called the supreme. Also reside there. You are now taking this knowledge number wise according to the efforts you make. Those who pass with honors are said to come full knowledge. Father is the ocean of knowledge. You are also becoming oceans of knowledge. Souls are not larger or smaller, and the supreme soul is large, as we said that he is brighter than a sun. All of those are tall stories. Whatever form your intellects remember him. So have a vision of that form. It requires understanding. Whether you have a vision of a soul, same thing. The Father has made you realize that He purifies and knowledge. He comes at the right time to grant salvation to everyone. You are the ones who have performed this devotion. So it is you who the Father teaches. After Raksha Bandhan, there is the festival of Krishna, then Dashera. That Krishna cannot come before Dashera. Dashera should be celebrated Krishna's birth. You can account for this. Previously, understand and the father now very sensible. The teacher too makes you sensible. You now understand that God's form, whereas the tree is you. Souls reside up above as ponds. This has been explained to sweetest children. You have to become sensible within a second. However, people have such stone intellects that they understand anything, and in fact, it should take us. In every birth, you have had new limited fathers. That unlimited father who comes once, gives you. You are now claiming the unlimited from the your lifespans also become big. Lifespan is long. It is not that you have one father one birth. Your lifespans become longer. You will not see any sorrow. Later on, the knowledge will remain in your. You have to remember father and soon son is becomes an that have recognized the father. Remember the father and the inherit or imbibe divine virtues. Father and the inherit are so easy. Your aim and objective are in front of you. You children now have to days of the newspaper. Have to picture of cause established Brahma has to be explained. There has come Brahmin, which is why they darkly style. The purifier is trying. He is making everyone pure because the pure world is established. You have now your 84 births. Those who have taken many births will clearly. Those who come later on will have as much happiness because they have done less devotion. Other comes, give you the fruit. You now understand the most devotion. You are the ones who come in this number. You are the ones who did unadulterated devotion. Ask yourself, have I done more devotion or this one? Those who powerful service must rarely, surely have done a lot of actions their names. Kumarka, Janak, Gulzar, all are number wise. However, you cannot be made to sit here number. Therefore, you can write about Raksha. It is fine to go to the ministers, etc., to tie rakis on them. However, you do not become pure. Say, become pure, and the new world can establish. I have been vicious for 63 years. Now the father says, become pure in this final birth. Remember God, so that the sins on your head can be removed. Cha, the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children. Love, remembrance, good morning, Father, Father, Bap, Dada. The spiritual father says, "Namaste" to spiritual children to say spiritual Pradhan. One, in order to pass with honors, with which like if examine yourselves to whether you have any defect inside you and remove them. Do not see anyone's body if seeing it. People talking to one another have the feeling that you are so. But two, accumulate so much power of yoga that all your work is carried out easily. Give everyone the message of becoming the newspaper. Do the service of making others similar to yourself. This blessing may have disinterest body consciousness into the stage of soul consciousness. While moving along, this reason that is the body consciousness. Until you have disinterest or body consciousness, you will not be able to have disinterest in not a big deal. Many people in the world also have disinterest. However, here you But to know any body consciousness is not all in stage of. This is why this is the way to become one as disinterested when the feet of your thoughts are strong, that are like our will be transformed. Om Shanti.